I would like to begin my bombshell revelation by taking all of ourselves back to all the way back to the origin or the beginning stage of the U.S. North Korea conflict or clash surrounding North Korea's rapid nuclearization of their nation. The clash was perhaps initiated by then presidential candidate Donald Trump. Every time he made his promise of single-handedly handling the North Korea nuclear proliferation problem, while criticizing several of his predecessors who failed or came only short of taking care of the main essence of the critical problem, and boastfully claimed that he, the author of the book Art of Deals, will finally do it right, single-handedly. Well, I just stated that, not in the exact verbatim, but I have effectively transpired the flying flurry of highly charged emotions and sensations the then candidate Donald Trump's mouth and perhaps the entire face of his was emitting, that filled the stadium after stadium, huge stadium after stadium, and arena after arena, where he held his campaign rallies. And those words of his boastful promises were quickly followed by the famous and still vividly remembered loud chants of USA, 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 USA. Then as soon as President Trump was inaugurated and began his presidency in January of 2017, Kim Jong-un of North Korea quickly began letting President Trump know he still remembers all those boastful promises he made during his presidential campaign rallies, and began putting his hand on the missile launching system and began launching several missiles over the islands of Japan to test how resolute President Trump was to fulfill his promise of single-handedly taking care of the problem that he was having with North Korean nuclear missile proliferation. Then quickly, President Trump and the big fat ugly pig of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, got into seemingly never-ending exchanges of fierce words of arcane insults and name-calling, such as Little Rocket Man, Little Madman from President Trump's hot, bristling mouth, and I will surely and indefinitely tame the mentally deranged U.S. dotard with fire and fury. Do you remember all those exchanges? From Kim Jong-un's mouth. Then this fiery exchanges of arcane words of insults and character assassinations via social media screens, TV screens, and Twitter posts quickly evolved into serious words of threats of military actions from President Trump's mouth, and countering words of threats of nuclear attacks in response to Mr. Trump's threats coming out from Kim Jong-un's mouth. And we began to hear all sorts of rumors or speculations that President Trump was ordering deployment of several of U.S. warships, deployment of several U.S. warships and aircraft carriers over to the Sea of Japan, and the U.S. troops stationed in Korea were engaging in gathering and moving their family members who were with them in the Korean Peninsula to the safety in nearby Japan, and even Navy, U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6 was turned on to practice for a covert operation to take out Kim Jong-un, just like we did with Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. Many of us thought, along with many other nations' leaders and the U.S. leaders, that the USA was leaders that the United States of America was at the brink of a war against North Korea that might evolve into a nuclear World War III. We got to this point because President Trump realized Kim Jong-un was not a reasonable person to reason with, and that the only way to fulfill his campaign promise of single-handedly handling the problems with North Korea's big fat madman, was either to take him out with SEAL Team 6, swiftly infiltrating into North Korea and kill strategy, okay? Or to bomb all nuclear sites in North Korea, to destroy all of them in a single surprise air raid. In some nights in those days, as I lay down in my bed, and in every moment I closed my eyes, to try to fall asleep, I was seeing stories of U.S. aircraft taking off from U.S. aircraft carrier deck, meaning I could sense and smell quickly the quickly approaching declaration of war against North Korea.